To the right, and then a left by Williams. Oh! Now is Hurd in the ropes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 tremendous rounds of action, the judges are in agreement. We have a unanimous decision. And the new unified super welterweight champion of the world, Julian Williams.
What's good with your fam? Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. Now, before I begin, man, I want to give a shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. And for all the brothers, man, that still have your mother, man, I want you to love on them like you never loved on them before. Me, myself, I lost my mother less than a year ago. And this is the first Mother's Day that she is not here with me. So, you know what I mean? You got to love on your loved ones while they're here, because you never know what tomorrow may bring, man. But this is the segment that I call Silverback Sundays. The criteria for being a Silverback: you have to be a champion or former champion, or you have to have at least fought for a title, man. You have to have shown extreme heart, extreme desire, or extreme will to win. Now, this week's Silverback is none other than Julian J-Rock Williams, man. He defeated the unified champion Jarrett Hurd, man. It was a beautiful matchup, man. A barn burner, man. I ain't expected to be like this. You understand what I'm saying, man? Julian J. Rock Williams, he used all the fuel from the media, of the fuel from all the haters who said he couldn't do it, who picked Jarrett Hurd to beat him down, you know what I mean, to get him up out of there, including myself, you know what I mean. I thought Jarrett Hurd would be able to get him out of there, man, but credit to Julian Williams, man. He used that for fuel to his fire, and he went out there and was fighting on all four cylinders last night, man. I got to give it to him, man. He came out with a sense of urgency from round one. He out-hustled Jarrett Hurd. He out-muscled Jarrett Hurd, and he just beat him out his own game, man. He started off in the inside, where there's no way that I thought that he could beat Jarrett Hurd on the inside, man. But he beat him up on the inside. You know what I mean? His punches was more crispier, more sharper, they had more force and velocity on them. You know what I mean? He dropped Jarrett Hurd in the second round, man. You know what I'm saying? He beat him up. He beat the snot out of Jarrett Hurd, man. And when I seen Jarrett Hurd go down in the second round, and you know, the way he was looking, the look in his eye, he was bewildered, man. He was in front of his hometown, you know, everybody that he went to school with, everybody he grew up with, you know, people that he played kickball with, you know, baseball with, you know, everybody that he have ever known, that ever was his friend, was at that fight last night, man. And I think maybe the moment was too big for him, man. The moment was too big for him, man. But the super welterweight division is heating up, man. These underdogs, man, are taking charge of their career, and they are shocking the world, man. Tony Harrison, you know what I'm saying? He shocked Jamel Charlo. You understand what I'm saying? Now we got a rematch between them two. Now the question is are we going to get a rematch between Hurd and J-Rock? I know after the fight, Hurd said that he will exercise his rematch clause, man. But, you know, the question is, will we see anything different? You know what I mean? Julian Williams beat Hurd at his own game. You know, Hurd was not able to bully him, was not able to, you know, physically manhandle him like he usually does, man. You know what I mean? If you think back to Hurd's most impressive wins, man, when he came on the scene, when I first started noticing him, was when he fought Tony Harrison, man. And in that fight, Tony Harrison was beating the brakes off of Hurd. He was beating the brakes off of him, man, until he got caught, you know what I mean, later on in that fight, man. And, you know, everybody can get caught. It's boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? But he went up against Austin Trout. Austin Trout was beating the brakes off of Hurd, man. You know what I'm saying? Same scenario, but Hurd's will and his stamina. You know what I mean? Hurd was like the Energizer Bunny, man. Even in the Harrison fight, you know, the way that he keeps coming and coming and coming, get hit with a shot, and it doesn't affect him. You know what I mean? Same thing with Laura, man. He was in the inside with Laura mostly the whole fight, banging and brawling and blow by blow. You know what I mean? But he kept on coming, man. And that was what Hurd's strength was. You know what I'm saying? He keeps on coming. You know what I'm saying? And, this fight here, it did not seem like the same Jarrett Hurd. He just didn't have the same snap on his punches that he usually have, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to start no conspiracy theories. You know what I'm saying? But it just didn't look the same. And J-Rock's trainer, Stephen Edwards, man, he talked about VADA and how, they insisted that Jarrett Hurd take 3 months of VADA testing before this fight, man. That's unheard of, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is what Stephen Edwards, the trainer of Julian Williams, had to say about the VADA testing and, Jarrett Hurd taking the test. Check it out.
3 months. That's what I want to give him credit for. Not too many people do that. We asked for VADA in February because we wasn't going to fight. And they took VADA for 3 months for that fight. Not a lot of people do that in boxing. Dudes lie. They say a lot of shit. The reporters don't have the courage to ask them how come there was no testing for certain fights. That kid took VADA for 3 months. We said, we're not coming down here fighting you in your hometown if you don't take VADA. That's fair. It shouldn't be a special start date if you clean. You don't say, well, let me start on March this. Why? Why? So you can cycle off? You're supposed if you're fighting, you should be able to get tested at any time if you're a clean person.
Now that was the trainer, Stephen Edwards of Julian J-Rock Williams, man. So, a lot of people, they may make a big thing out of this, man, being that, in this day and age, man, a lot of people are saying that the top athletes is using something. A lot of people are insinuating that, everybody on the elite level is using something, man. And then when it's time for them to get tested, they're usually on an off cycle. They're usually, the cycle is off, man. Not saying that Jarrett Hurd was on something, not saying that he was or wasn't. But I'm saying that his punches did not have the same snap that they usually have. He was not able to walk through Julian Williams punches like he was a Tony Harrison, Austin Trout, Erislandy Lara. You know what I'm saying? He was not able to do that, man. He didn't look like that Terminator, that Incredible Hulk that we're used to, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But, both men showed a lot of class after the fight, man. Jarrett Hurd, in a post-fight interview, he gave Williams his credit. You know what I'm saying? He said he was the better man tonight. You know what I'm saying? He did not claim a robbery like Charlo, you know what I'm saying, or like some other brothers may have done. You know what I mean? He gave his credit where the credit was due. And Julian Williams, man, he didn't take the time to gloat. You know what I'm saying? He thanked Hurd for the opportunity. He said that Hurd was a hell of a champion, you know what I mean? And he gave him his props, man. He gave props to his mother, you know what I'm saying? 2 class acts, man. And that's what you want to see when you see, 2 men putting their life on the line, going in there, laying it all out, man, because the sport is too dangerous, man, to, keep that same animosity after a fight, man, when you can really hurt a person. You understand what I'm saying, man? But I was very, very impressed with this fight, man. This fight is definitely a candidate for fight of the year. I'm going to go back and watch the fight again, man. That's how good it was, man. And Julian Williams, in my opinion, he wanted it more. He wanted it more. I watched fights where I seen Julian Williams tire out later on in the fight, man. I think back to the fight with the Jamaican Gallimore, Nathan Gallimore, man, and Julian Williams looked a little sloppy. You know what I'm saying? His punches wasn't crisp. He wasn't, he didn't look like he was on the elite level. He didn't look like he was ready for Jarrett Hurd or Jamel Charlo or any other champions, man. You know what I'm saying? But he trained his ass off for this fight, man. He wanted it bad, man. He used all the criticism, all the naysayers. He used all that for motivation, man. And he was able to put it all together inside the ring, man. And credit to him. We have a new unified super welterweight champion from Philadelphia, PA, PA, stand up, baby. Stand up, PA, man. PA got some champions, man. They got Tevin Farmer, you know what I mean? Julian Williams, former champion Danny Garcia, man. I mean, PA's doing this thing, man. And the 154-pound division just heated up. Man. You got a lot of guys in the mix, man. You got Tony Harrison, Julian Williams, Jarrett Hurd, Jaime Munguia. You know what I'm saying? You got these guys, Erickson Lubin's on the comeback trail, man. You got these guys that's hungry, and they are getting busy. They are fighting each other. They are in the mix. Now, the big question is, what is Jaime Munguia going to do, man? You know what I'm saying? He has not been looking good in his last couple fights, man. And, you know, it doesn't seem like he has any interest in mixing it up with these guys these guys on the PBC platform. You know what I'm saying? PBC got the 154 division on lock, except for that WBO title held by Jaime Munguia, who states that he's going to move up, man. You know what I mean? So maybe he moves up, and we'll see what happens to that title. You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited, man. This division is definitely heating up, man. These upsets is you know, shocking, to say the least, man. Nobody thought, you know, Tony Harrison was going to go in there and beat Mel Charlo. Nobody thought that, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody thought that J-Rock would go in there and beat Swift. Nobody thought that, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody thought that. Now we got the rematch between Charlo and Harrison. And, you know, just from watching both of their body language, you know what I'm saying, and the way, the confidence that Harrison has, man, you know, I'm leaning toward Harrison in the rematch, man. You know what I'm saying? If Charlo don't come out and do anything different, man, I'm definitely leaning toward Harrison. And from the way he's talking, you know what I'm saying, he seemed a little discouraged. He seemed a lot different, man. This ain't the usual hungry lion that we're used to seeing pacing back and forth like he want that fresh meat. You know what I mean? He's different. He's different. He's more quieter. He's more respectful. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he may have his will broken. Tony Harrison may have broke his will, but we will not know until June 23rd when they get back in that square circle, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Charlo's definitely a beast. Charlo can box. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, man. Charlo can box. He's not just a guy who goes out there and, you know, looks for the knockout and uses his brute strength. You know what I mean? If you look at him when he was with Ronnie Shields, man, Charlo was boxing a whole lot, man. Now, if you go back to that style, you know, and mix it up with his new style, man, I think he would fare better in a matchup against Harrison, man, who got all the confidence in the world. You understand what I'm saying? But this time right here, this time is for Julian J-Rock Williams to shine. Congratulations to J-Rock for being this week's Silverback on Big Faces Worldwide, man. And for all y'all that was in the stream last night, man, I appreciate y'all, man. We had a ball as usual, man. We had over 1,500 people that come through the stream. The chat was lit, man. We're going to do it again, man. We're going to do it again for the Wilder Brazil fight. You know what I mean? So, you know, if you was in the chat, man, or if you seen the stream and you know how lit it was, man, come back for the Wilder Brazil fight, because we're going to do it all up again, man. But again, shout out to J-Rock, this week's Silverback Sunday, you know, nominee, man. He did a hell of a job. He did his thing, man. And we have a new super welterweight champion, you know, unified at that. You know what I'm saying? WBA, IBF. The boy is doing this thing, man. Hopefully we can have a undisputed champion sometime this year, man. But then again, it might be highly unlikely, because I'm sure there's going to be some rematches in effect that's going to push back, you know, any other unifications, man. But that's all I got for now, man. I'm glad y'all stayed tuned, man. And for those of you who are not yet subscribed to the channel, I want you to think about subscribing, because we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. But in the meantime and in between time, I want y'all to stay blessed and keep on supporting the sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I'll holler back.